contest is scheduled for one fall, representing the Latin American Exchange, Hernandez!
Supermex made his return, helping his LAX partner Homicide last week here on Impact. But now, he's got to go one-on-one against Samoa Joe. It's next on Impact. And we open the 200th edition of Impact with what to me is a very intriguing matchup as Supermex returns Big Hernandez to go one-on-one against the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And of course, everywhere that Samoa Joe goes, he is accompanied by the man behind the Nation of Violence. I'm talking about Taz in his corner at ringside.
Mike, you called it intriguing. I mean, it's a dream matchup. Let's be honest. Who amongst us wasn't thinking that? As you see the power of Hernandez there when we saw these two guys go face-to-face last week.
I think for me, the intrigue comes into play because of Hernandez's resume here in TNA. So much time where he's been focused as a tag team wrestler, as a part of the Latin American Exchange with Homicide. Now it's his chance to prove that he can do it without a tag team partner, face-to-face and head up against Samoa Joe. And right there, power move on display, high elevation, holding the near 300-pounder into the air with the suplex. Crashes down to the mat, right on in for the pin, and two only.
Whoa, that's a power display right there by Hernandez. Probably the strongest man in TNA. I mean, that's no secret, but let's be honest. Samoa Joe has a whole different switch. He's got a whole different gear. That gear right there, it's called 6. And when he puts it in, it's unbelievable how unstoppable he is. Taz has found a way to tap into that with Samoa Joe and turn him into this unleashed fury like nothing we've ever seen from Joe before.
And as Joe puts the boots to Hernandez, we remind you about this loaded 200th edition of Impact, where in our main event, both the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Don, and the TNA Legends title are going to be on the line. Joe drops the knee right on top for the cover, and Hernandez able to roll the shoulder.
Well, Mick Foley and Bobby Lashley played the emotion card there, and I think Kurt Angle jumped the gun. I mean, what if they got to lose? Mick Foley and Bobby Lashley don't have anything to begin with. They were able to talk Kurt Angle into putting those titles on the line, but be careful what you wish for, because one thing we know about the Main Event Mafia and the Godfather Kurt Angle, they always have a plan, Mike Tenay. They've always got a backup plan.
Supermex trying to get rolling against Joe, but as soon as he does, unleashes a couple of shots. Joe is there with the suplex, and you notice that he looks to ringside to Taz. The eye contact made. Joe with the salute to the man in his corner. And we talked about it last week. I got to bring it up once again. Samoa Joe and Taz, their backgrounds, I mean, there's just so much in their careers that have been parallel. From the human suplex machine to the Samoan submission machine and so much more.
Oh, it's a match made in heaven. It's proving to be such, that's for sure. One thing about this is you see Joe put Hernandez over. Hernandez, you can just feel that he's looking for Homicide. He's just not used to being out there alone. That's something that Joe's done so often.
Whoa! How about that slingshot move using the ropes right into the shoulder block? Follows up with the clothesline, and the second that Joe gets up, he gets nailed once again. Fired off into the corner. Here comes Hernandez. Splashed him.
Well, pure power is all what Hernandez is all about. And he's showing that right here. Not enough, though, to get Samoa Joe there. I think this is one of those situations where Joe's a little befuddled. I mean, Hernandez is one of those enigmas. I mean, we've all looked at him and just thought, this is so much untapped potential. But Samoa Joe can look over and see Taz there to get motivation. Hernandez, he can't look over to see Homicide. He's not out here.
Early celebration for Hernandez. Comes back to haunt him as Joe's able to reverse it. Remember, Hernandez still the rightful owner of a Feast or Fired world title shot, even though Big Rob Terry of the British Invasion may have possession of that briefcase.
I've always thought the possession was 9/10 of the law, but maybe I'm not up on my jurisprudence here at the moment.
Yeah, you wouldn't know jurisprudence if F. Lee Bailey kicked you in the head, just like Samoa Joe did to Big Supermex. And Joe going to try and follow up, and I think he's going to try and suplex Hernandez back into the ring, and you can see that Hernandez is hanging on, going to try and block it from the top.
I mean, you're looking at close to 600 pounds right there on top of that rope. That's just power against power, and look at this. Hernandez able to push Joe up, and Joe caught his head wrong when he hit the mat.
And then Hernandez maintains his balance. Top rope splash. Here's the pin. Here's two. What? He got it. He beat him.
Here is your winner, Hernandez.
Huge upset right here. No other way to call it. We've got to see this again as I'm telling you, when Samoa Joe hit the mat, his head was jarred, and that allowed Hernandez to hit this giant splash.
Yeah, good excuse. I can tell you we are going to see it again because our move of the match is sponsored by Quiznos. Buy one featured sub, get a second for $1. Go to Quiznos for details. Let's get comments from Hernandez. Take it, JB.
Hernandez, unbelievable, my friend. That has to be not only one of the biggest upsets we've ever seen, the biggest win of your career here tonight.
JB, I'm back and I'm healthy. I want the whole world to know I'm going to be the first TNA World Heavyweight Champion that's a Latino. ¿Te gusta or no?
All right, there he is. Hernandez defeating Samoa Joe here tonight. Unbelievable.
Taz is pissed.
Moments ago here on Impact, Hernandez made his TNA in-ring return against Samoa Joe.
I'll tell you what, he showed us what he's all about, and here's a display of strength like no other. He could have held Samoa Joe up there forever, it seemed like, coming off the top of the ropes with the shoulders, but it was this splash right here that did Joe in.
Top rope splash leads to the 1-2-3, but check out what the TNA cameras caught during the commercial break.
Nobody! No! Hey! He didn't beat you! You beat you! That's what... Get the hell out of here! You need to go away!